How's it going, people? It's Paul Nation here with another tutorial for you. This time we're making that laser beam screech slash bass sustained sound. Anyways, and it sounds something like this. Excuse all the reverb in the audio. My voice has a lot of reverb in it, and that's because I just moved to this room and I haven't done the acoustic treatment. For this tutorial, we're gonna be using Serum, and this sound is actually very easy to make, and there's only a little bit of post-processing. This screech is mainly used by Svdden Death, but Excision and Marauda also use this screech occasionally. Let me give you a few examples of this. We got Svdden Death with Snails with their song Deathmatch. One of my favorite dubstep songs at the moment is Excision and Subtronic's Asteroid. Then we got Marauda with his absolute banger Rage Room. You can barely hear the screech because everything else is so loud, but it's definitely there. This is what the sound is gonna look like in the end. First is to select a new MIDI channel, and for that we're gonna click Control, Shift, and T. Click on our MIDI channel, and we make it a full step or note. I don't know, I'm not sure how you call these. And let's extend this a little bit and extend our length here as well, just so that we can make a longer note here. And we're gonna look for D0. Let's close this, grab Serum, and paste it on our MIDI track. The first step is to turn on both oscillators, and we're gonna select basic shapes for both oscillators. I like to have this view with the wavetables because we get a clearer view of what's going on here. And we're also gonna be turning on this sub so that our screech sounds a little bit fatter, and we move our wavetable's position. For the first oscillator will be the third wavetable position, and for the second one will be number 2. Next, we're gonna turn this level all the way down, and we're gonna turn down all these levels as well, so that we always start from the same place when we play the sound in the oscillator. And we also have to FM oscillator A from B. Next, we turn this level all the way up so we can hear it a little bit better, and we turn this knob to 35%. Next step is we're gonna turn on this filter, and we're gonna select all passes. Now you might want to change this knobs in the future, but for the moment we just gonna turn this down to like around 100 hertz or something, and then the drive just a little bit up, around 30%, and the resonance as well, around 20, 30, less than 30%. And this is gonna be our sound for the moment. Now we want to modulate our level with the first LFO, and let's adjust it so that it doesn't start like very fast. Let's lower this to 1 bar, and let's click this envelope so that we can actually have that sustained sound. You also want to turn on this attack just a little bit, just so that your screech doesn't start too aggressively. This is what we have so far. Then you're gonna modulate the warp mode with these LFO. And we're just gonna make a random curve. Now let's make a steeper ramp here, and we also want to set this to 1 bar and hit this envelope mode so that you get that sustained sound. And I was forgetting a very important step here. You have to hit these warp mode and select. You can select any of these bend modes, but I find that bend minus is the one that works the best for what we're looking for. You can get a lot of different tones with this same screech just by moving this knob here. But for the moment, we're gonna set this knob to around 33%. Yeah, we're starting to get the sound that we want. Now we hit this effects section, and we're gonna turn on the multiband compressor, and we're gonna adjust the knob and the threshold. That's around your liking. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the way I do it, but yeah, just play with the knob, see what you like the most. Around there is fine for me. This is just so that we make our sound louder, and we bring up those dynamics, but of course you always have to watch your track volume here because we're clipping a lot, so let's just lower it down a little bit. Yeah, just around there, so just so that we don't clip. The next step is to turn on this EQ so we can clean up our sound a little bit, and we clean up a little bit of the high end so that we don't get those ear-piercing frequencies. All right, it is time to reveal the secret sauce for this sound. Let's go back to our wavetables, and then we go to wavetable options here, and we can click on process, then we click on remove fundamental, and then we click on normalize each, and that's what's gonna get us the sound that we want. Oh yeah. Now we are pretty much done, but we can keep tweaking to get a better sound. For example, we can set these to 2 bars so we can make a longer sustain, I'm sorry. And we could also extend the note here. And last, we can add a little bit of post-processing. For example, I got this reverb over here. It's just to add a little bit more depth to the sound. And we also have this EQ as well. This is just to cut off the very, very high ends, and we boost a little bit of these frequencies so that we get a little bit more of crisp sound. And lastly, we have this glue compressor. This is just to make sure that we are not clipping our MIDI channel. All I did with this glue compressor is just I clicked on this soft mode, and I just turned down a little bit of the threshold, and I turned up this markup just a little bit so that we are tighter to the threshold. You can see it moving just a little tiny bit. And that's it. We're pretty much done. All that is left to do is keep tweaking so we can get different tones with our screech. Yeah, that's the Marauda deathmatch tone. And you could also play with these knobs to get different tones as well. Let's get these back to 0. You could even also modulate these bend mode. Of course, you have to set it to 2 bars and envelope mode. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video, and if you want to keep watching some tutorials, some like heavy stuff, I mainly do heavy stuff, but if you want to keep watching more, consider subscribing and give me a like and all that, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching.